Welcome back to Rich for Purpose. In this one, I'm going to be talking about the company Root. I want to shout out Drew Bryant. He told me, "Hey Kyle, have you seen this company? Look into it." So I looked into the company. I told you to make a video on it. I'm going to dive into the numbers, what I think of this company, and then in doing so, I found another company that I find very appealing and that I will be investing in. So I will reveal that company to you guys. Let's dive into the numbers. So on their investor relations page, their direct earned premiums are going up 93% year over year growth. That's good. However, at what cost to them is their 93% growth coming from? If you look at their cash and cash equivalents, they went from 391 million to 217 million in less than a year. So they're spending a substantial amount of money for customer acquisition, writing risky premiums, or whatever. But their losses are going up and their cash is going down. So you're going from 197.2 million to 229.7 million in losses. So you're burning cash, and why are you burning cash? Probably advertising costs, customer acquisition costs, but this right here, their limit loss ratio is at 14%. And if you compare that to Lemonade's 2%, you know, you're in a risky business. I get it. Autos is a risky business. However, you gotta write policies based on the data that you collect and the data that you have. And if you're writing out riskier policies, you gotta charge more. And if you don't have good data, you gotta get better data. So the way Root works is you download this app and you have it for 2 weeks, and apparently they collect magical data from your cell phone and can give you a less expensive insurance rate than other companies. But that's not good data. That data is available to anyone at a price. Like if I want that data, if Lemonade wants that data, they can buy it from any other company out there that's already on your cell phone. So they wouldn't even need to make you download an app and drive around for 2 weeks. They can just pay someone for that data. So there's no dongle, there's no beacon, there's no device that goes into your car that gives you better data to write better policies. So to me, that business model is flawed there. And two, I believe that Root is writing risky policies out. I clearly they are. It says right there they're writing risky policies. But one thing on their website, it said, drop the score. We're gonna drop the credit score of people to offer the African American and Hispanic communities more favorable insurance rates, because credit scores have nothing to do with your driving score, basically. And that's kind of true. Your credit score has nothing to do with the way you drive. However, you can tell a lot by someone's credit score, how responsible they are. You can tell if they're going to be paying their premiums on time. You could tell a lot of information on someone's credit score. So to drop the score, that's something I didn't like. And then also, if you're going to be doing an advertising campaign on how you're in favor for the African American community, and you're doing this for the Hispanic community, and you're doing this to be a social warrior and to benefit all these people, at what cost are you doing it? Are you going to charge, the safe drivers more money to give out riskier premiums to, at a lower cost? Or are you going to write risky premiums or risky policies to people and then charge your investors, make your investors, and let the company eat it on the bottom line? And so investors wouldn't like that, and the company, that's a failing business model. So you're not going to do that. Or are you going to do what, in my opinion, they're doing? Are you going to say we're going to drop the score, but then up the price of your premiums? So you might drop their score, but however, we're going to charge you an arm and a leg for the policy. So you're not doing them a service there. So you're not doing anything different than any other insurance company. But to have a whole advertising campaign saying, we're for Black Lives Matter, we're going to drop the score, we're going to go into communities and give favorable auto policies to everyone, but then charge them an arm and a leg, and it's just, you're not, I don't like that. I don't like companies benefiting off of false advertising. Basically, I'm not saying Root is doing false advertising. I just don't think it's a profitable business model. And it's either investors eat it or, you know, charge more. And I assure you that they're probably charging more. And yes, they might be able to grow the amount of policies that they're writing out, but if your bottom line's not ticking up with that, then you're not. It's a failing business model, in my opinion. So those are just my thoughts on that. But getting into Metro Mile, I like that a lot. They have quality data that they get. They literally, get a device you put in your car, and they can collect some serious data on your driving. And you can pay per mile too with them. So you could really do substantial amount of saving. And to me, that's going to serve communities better than Root's business model by downloading an app and collecting, data all the time on you rather than just what your driving is. So Metro Mile is in a handful of states as well. They're in a lot less states than Root, so their growth prospects are a lot greater than what Root's are. Their limit loss ratio is a lot less than what Root's is. So for me, what I did today, I bought 10 shares of Root before even doing any research on them, which I usually don't do that. But I was like, I think the insurance industry needs to be shaken up. Out of these three players, which one's going to be the winner? So I bought 10 shares of Root. I bought 10 shares of Metro Mile. And I bought 10 more shares of Lemonade today. So obviously I have a lot more invested in Lemonade. I've already had a position in Lemonade, and I'm going to keep adding to my Lemonade position. And that should tell you guys something, that even at this hiked up price today, after we've moved up 20-something%, I'm still adding to my Lemonade position because I like their leadership for one, and I like their business model. Root got into autos and then offered renters. Lemonade, they're offering renters and pet, and then they're going to be getting into autos. They're going to be getting into the cash burning, risky, hard grind through that later on when they have a proven model and they're profitable already in their other business. Like, Root kind of did it backwards, in my opinion. But so those are just my thoughts. But look up the CEO of Lemonade, and then look up the CEO of Root, and the extensive backgrounds of Lemonade and his accomplishments and everything he's done, and the leadership of Lemonade is so much greater than the leadership of Root, in my opinion. I think Lemonade is set up for profitability and growth, and I can just see that company just going way bigger than I see the prospects for Root. And the people backing Lemonade is pretty good. And then also Metro Mile, they got some people backing them too. Chamath Palihapitiya and Mark Cuban is backing that company. So out of the risky plays, right? So we got Lemonade here, which I love the leadership, and I love their business model and their growth prospects and how they're doing things, right? But if I want to get into an auto play right now, and out of the two risky ones, out of Root and Metro Mile, I'm going with Metro Mile. And that's just my opinion. So I bought the shares of Root. I to be honest, after doing this, I'm just gonna get rid of them. Even if I lose them, I think I'm just gonna get rid of them today, because I kind of don't want anything to do with this company. I could be wrong. Maybe they do have crazy growth numbers, and investors just ignore their bottom line and look at their growth. That could be possible, but that's not the kind of investor I am. So I'm gonna be staying away from Root. I'm gonna be buying more Metro Mile and keep on buying Lemonade from here on out. So thank you guys for watching. Please give me a thumbs up for the video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. God bless, have a good one, and leave a comment below on other companies you want me to look at and give my thoughts and analysis on. So I appreciate you guys for watching. God bless.